Well, folks, I took a trip to Manitowoc the other day. I traveled down 147, went past the West Twin River, went to Q, made my way over to Cuss, then backtracked down 147 to Avery's, went to the quarry, tried to go in, didn't work out too well, almost ended bad. Then I went to the turnaround, and then I went to a few other places, made my way around, and then made my way home. But here's a little video I put together. This is me traveling eastbound on 147, coming up on R, which there was a report to Manitowoc that a vehicle spotting account of Teresa's vehicle was traveling on 147 and turned on the R. Don't know which direction, but based on her cell phone pings, makes sense. And that's proves that she left Avery's property. Coming up on the left is going to be the West Twin River Bridge, where the turkey hunters call and state that they seen somebody in the river with waders on, and they seem that to be strange at the time of the year. Fortunately, I didn't come across any law enforcement. The guy calls Manitowoc Sheriff's Department. They then transfer the call to Calumet. He gives two different accounts of it being on both sides of the road, on both sides of the bridges. So I don't know how accurate his account is, but he definitely seen something out of place and he decided to make a call. Coming up is Q, where they had one of the roadblocks placed at wonderful Manitowoc County. But up is Q, traveling again down 147 eastbound. They had initially set up roadblocks here at Q and 147, and the other one was set up at Jambo Creek and 147. Coming up on the right is going to be Old Y, where they later then set up another roadblock after the Cuss Road discovery, or like Manitowoc likes to say, White Cedar. Looking east, traveling south, just around the bend. When you get to the top, it kind of goes up. Old Y is going to be on the right. It's also multiple phone calls to both departments about spots in these areas. Coming up is going to be Cuss Row on our left. I didn't stay too long on Cuss Road. The fact that I had my kid with me. So it's traveling down Cuss. It's Leo's house, Leo Richmond. He calls Manitowoc Sheriff's Department on the 5th, or Calumet. Oh, it's Calumet. And says that a girl matching Teresa Halbach's description knocked on his door Friday night. They then interview him, DCI does, on the 7th, and his account to her looking like Teresa Halbach, he gives a completely different description. And the girl that knocked on his door was looking for the Spring Tubes address. Here we are at the end of Cuffs Road, entry to the deer camp. There used to be a field that ran between that and Avery's property. It's now all dug up and quarry. And a little barricade set up. They've planted a whole bunch of pine trees. It looks nothing like it did in 2005. It's where the suspected burial site was. Believe me, I wanted to get out the car, but I don't want to get a trespassing ticket. Stayed in my car the whole time. Then made my way over to Avery Road. That's me turning on the Averys. Now, you can see the ditch. Now, I did notice that I don't believe all these power line poles were there in 2005. So this ditch may have been fucked with. It may not be the same as it was in 2005. So I have to take that into account. Right about here is where KZ, not that map. Let's see. You can see there's no, and this is a map from back then too. So wait, it looks like the power line space that might be there. I might be wrong. Looks like one there, but I don't know. There's Michael's quarry where they found some evidence. I plan on going back, hopefully when they're open, so I can get me a sweatshirt and a hat or a hoodie, and donate some money to the family. You see the ditch. It's a V. It's not shallow. It's pretty steep, especially when you get farther up compared to the other side. Now this is me traveling down Jambo Creek. I was trying to drive into the quarry to see if it was accessible. Thankfully, I did have my daughter with me because the sun was in my eyes and I didn't see the giant chain that was across the entrance to the quarry. Avery's property is in the background. There's the house with the horseshoe driveway. Coming up is Siebert's. He was outside, or older gentleman, I should say, was outside when I tried pulling into the quarry. His driveway is literally right next to the entrance to the quarry, so he definitely would have seen somebody driving in. Now, I couldn't see this chain. My daughter was like, "Whoa, stop!" And that's when I stopped. Otherwise, I'd probably fucked my car up. But as I backed up, Siebert, or an older gentleman that looked like Siebert, was looking right at me. You can barely see the chain going across the road right now. There's a little orange tag in the middle. They got these giant boulders on both sides. This is me traveling towards the turnaround on 147. Coming up is going to be Cherney Road. Not there, but the next one. There were a few other locations I went to other than the ones we're seeing right now, but I do plan on making a return trip, multiple return trips, because there's a lot more locations I want to go scout out. Nothing illegal, not trespassing anybody's property. Just a disclaimer. I don't want no tickets. Cherney Road, Christmas Tree Farm. Coming up on the right is where Scott Tadich's property was, where he was staying. Nolan Miller's property, where Bobby claims he was hunting. And then we have the infamous turnaround. Well, several people spotted Teresa Halbach's car at the turnaround, or a car fitting her description. None of them people were really talked to, so, well, besides the one gentleman that was scared because the news people showed up at his house. But yep, there's more video I have. Just a little quick run through, but getting into more details on the next one.